Hello friends, welcome to your 60-minute yoga flow, filled with some sun salutations, A and B, core work, and then some foundational yoga postures that will get the whole body ready to go for the rest of your day. Let's get started today in child's pose. Come all the way to the back of your mat, draw your big toes to touch, bring your knees to the wider edges of your mat, and then extend your fingers long towards the front of your space as you release your forehead down to your mat. Take a few moments to breathe here as you take a nice big inhale through your nose, fill up your lungs, feel your chest or your belly expand, fill up with air. Open mouth, exhale, release. Another one just like that, inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Now the child's pose is your safe space. Any point during class that you need a little bit of a break or a rest, feel free to come back to this shape and then rejoin us when you are ready. Now let's start to cultivate some inner heat using our breath. Inhale through your nose, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose, find a slight constriction in the back of your throat. We call this our Ujjayi breath or victorious breath. I love using it through our Sun A and Sun B. Help me to stay present as I flow. Anytime that you do feel a little overheated, know that you have the open mouth exhales available for you. Take these last few moments in your child's pose to extend your fingers a little closer towards the front of your mat. Draw your hips closer towards your heels to create more space in your lower back. Inhale, tabletop, rise up, stack your shoulders directly over your wrists, bring your hips over your knees, start to find a flat back. Exhale, downward facing dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Take a moment here to pedal out through your feet, bend one knee and then the other. And then spread through your fingers, press down through your finger pads. Find an L shape between your thumb and your forefinger as you find a nice wide, stable base. Dial the eye of your elbows forward towards the front of your mat as you start to press out of your shoulders. If this starts to feel a little bit too much for your legs, especially your hamstrings, your option to find a slight or even a generous bend in your knees to work to draw your hips high to the ceiling. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Take a slow step to the front of your mat. Once you get there, bring your feet about hip-width distance apart and then grab opposite elbows. Allow your head and your torso to hang heavy. If this is just feeling a little bit too much first thing, you can always release your palms to your mat. Maybe shake your head yes, shake your head no. And heel toe your feet back together to touch as you release your palms to your mat. Roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Your head is the last to rise. Exhale, bring your palms together, thumbs at heart center. And this time I invite you to find your intention for practice. Your intention can be a why, or a word or phrase, whatever brought you to this space. Let's seal that together. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, release. All right, let's start to find our flow. Release your palms down by your sides. Inhale through your nose, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose, reignite your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms overhead, hold and breathe here. Let's start to find a strong foundation through your feet. Press down through your big toes, then your pinky toes. Find your grounding through your heels. Your option, take your feet a little bit wider for a stronger base. Then squeeze your quadriceps to help lift your kneecaps. Draw your hip bones forward, draw your belly in towards your spine to activate through your core. Dial your pinkies forward to create a little bit more space in your shoulders as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Release your palms to your mat as you hinge forward from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your knees or your shins. And then point the crown of your head forward towards the front of your space as you draw your gaze down to lengthen through your neck. Inhale, find a slight shift forward into the balls of your feet. Exhale, high plank pose. Plant your palms, step your feet back, and then lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come to the tops of your feet, lift your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, come to a quick seat on your mats. All right, friends, we're gonna flow quite a few high to low planks in today's class. So I wanna give you a few different variations depending on how you're feeling today. Our first option, well, we just started in a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your knees or your shins. Find a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back, lower down halfway. This may be a little bit higher than you're used to. Notice your shoulders go no lower than your elbows or maybe just slightly above. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come to the tops of your feet. Lift your knees to protect your lower back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Your second option, from a high plank position, stack your shoulders directly over your wrists. Lower your knees towards your mat and then lower down halfway just as before. Inhale, upward facing dog. Our full version, come to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your final option here, just hold the high plank position and then press back to downward facing dog when you are ready. Your option, take one of those right now and we'll all meet together in a downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root to rise, sweep your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, release your palms to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your hands to your knees or your shins. Exhale, high to low plank. Remember your options here. I will be demoing them again as we flow through. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, forward fold, ride your breath down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. This time I'll show on your knees. Lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press to the tops of your feet, lift your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Take a moment here to breathe. Notice how your down dog may have changed through the work of your sun A. Maybe you continue to pedal out through your feet if you're feeling particularly high energy. If you were to draw your heels a little closer towards your mats, not necessarily because that is the goal of this pose, but more to create length through the back line of your body. All right, team, let's add on. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, steps to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms overhead, and then breathe here. Start with your weight back into your heels, and then connect your full foot into your mat. So press down through your pinky toe and your big toe. Take a quick peek down. Notice that you can see your toes just beyond your knees, and then find your gaze directly forward. Draw your belly in towards your spine to activate through your core, and then dial your pinkies in once again to create a little bit more space between your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, release your palms to your mat. Inhale, halfway lifts. Exhale, high to low plank. This variation, I'll show you just the high plank hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, 3 lay down dog. Lift your right foot high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2. Spin your back heel down. Tee out your arms. And then breathe here. Find your heel to heel or heel to back arch alignment. And then press through the pinky toe edge of your left foot to allow a little deeper bend into your front right knee. We're to draw your shoulders directly over your hips. And then can you start to find a little more extension from fingertip to fingertip? Notice your arms are really strong and fired up. So if I was gonna come around and push down them or push up on them, they would not go anywhere. Recenter your gaze just past your front right thumb. Keep your stance approximately the same, or maybe you shorten your stance just a smidge as you inhale, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Drop your right elbow to the inside of your thigh. extend your left arm overhead. Since we're still in near the beginning of our flow, prioritize a lift through your top left hand to activate through your obliques. So think less of a reach to your mat. Dig your right elbow in towards your thigh and then your thigh in towards your elbow to create a little opening through your outer right hip. Inhale, reverse warrior. Tick-tock your arms back. Recommit to the bend in your front right leg as you extend your right hand high to the ceiling. Your option, like I'm doing, to take your left hand towards your front right hip crease to open up through your back shoulder. This may allow and give you some more space through your right side. Last couple breaths here. Notice you start to release the bend in your front right knee. Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Windmill your arms down and find your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2. Spin your back heel down. Tee out your arms and breathe here. Find your heel to heel or heel to back arch alignment. And then find a nice deep bend into your front left knee. Press through the pinky toe edge of your right foot to give yourself a nice strong anchor for this pose. And as you stack your shoulders directly over your hips, extend from fingertip to fingertip. Nice work. Inhale, reach your left arm forward. Maybe you drop your right foot in a little bit. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your left elbow to the inside of your thigh. Reach your right arm overhead and breathe. Once again, find equal press of your left elbow or forearm into your thigh and then thigh into your forearm to activate through your outer hip. Then actually draw your right shoulder open so that it stacks directly over your left shoulder and prioritize a lift through your top right hand to activate through your core. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep your left hand high to the ceiling and then breathe here. Option, place your right hand towards your front left hip crease as you extend your left arm overhead. Again, extension through your left side instead of any kind of back bend or forward fold. Last couple breaths here. Can you bend a little deeper into your front left knee? Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Maybe you float your left foot as you lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, straighten your legs, release your palms to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, draw your hands to your knees or your shins. Exhale, high to low plank, plant your palms, step your feet back, find your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, 3-leg down dog, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2, spin open towards the side of your space. Exhale, extended side angle, bring your right elbow to your thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior, sweep your right arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, windmill your arms down, and then find your flow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, 3-leg down dog, lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior 2, spin open. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, recommit to the bend in your left leg as you lift. Exhale, high to low plank, your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We will flow that one more time, breath to movement. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold, step or float to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, find your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bring your thumbs to heart center as you release your palms to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Lift your right foot high. Exhale, low lunge. Use your strong core to step your right foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior two, spin open. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your right elbow down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Recommit to the bend in your right leg. Exhale, high to low plank. Find your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time we do this, inhale, 3-leg down dog. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior two, spin open. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your left elbow down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank. Find your flow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale through your nose. And easy exhale, sigh it out. Nice work, friends, nice work. Release your knees to your mats. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water or towel off as we set up for some core work. Benefit here, we have the core ready for some arm balance work that's coming up a little bit later. You also get a nice little break for our arms and our legs, which have been working pretty hard throughout our Sun A and Sun B. Meet me on your back. Bring the soles of your feet together. Draw your knees out wide. Interlace your fingers behind your head with your elbows out nice and wide. We start off with recline bound angle crunches. We lift and lower, lift, lower, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Keep going here, team. Find your gaze towards a spot on your ceiling. Try to lift your chest and your gaze towards that spot to lengthen through your neck. Find a loose grip behind your head with your elbows out of your peripheral vision so that force your core to work a little bit harder. If you are looking for a little bit more option to press your heels together, lift your heels about an inch or two off your mat to activate into your lower core. You are strong here. Last 4, 3, long body stretch in 2, and 1 long body stretch. Extend from your fingers to your toes. Now reverse tabletop your legs, interlace your fingers behind your head, bring your elbows out nice and wide. Once again, we'll move into bicycle twists. Bring your left elbow to your right knee, extend your left leg long. Inhale back through center, exhale, twist to your opposite side. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Start to find your own pace here. Draw your elbow to your knee instead of your knee to your elbow to work a little bit more through your obliques. Exhale with every twist. You've got this. Just for 8, 7, 6. I'm right here with you, team. For 5. Final 4, 3. Last 2. Make sure you even it out. And 1 long body stretch. Okay, we got 1 last core exercise. Draw your knees into your chest. Start to give me a little rock and roll the length of your spine all the way up into boat pose or Navasana. Balance here on your sits bones. You can start with your heels down on your mat. The thing I like to do first is to create a strong upward facing V shape, opposite of what we did in downward facing dog. And then if you have a little bit more, maybe you lift one heel, lift the other heel, start to extend your arms out. We're not here for long. Think of expanding your chest forward as you activate into your core. We're here, last 4, 3, high to low plank, you're releasing 2, and 1, cross your feet, plant your palms, step your feet back, find a flow through your high to low plank. Your option is you come into an upward facing dog to linger here, maybe look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder. This is also completely optional. This doesn't feel all that great for my lower back. So maybe you find your way back to your downward facing dog. Hold here for a few breaths. Remember your option to find child's pose as needed here. Just start to recenter. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, release. Inhale through your nose, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose, reignite your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, 3-leg down dog, lift your right foot high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot forward between your palms. Inhale, crescent lunge. Press through your right heel. Extend both arms overhead. Hold and breathe here. Find a nice deep bend into your front right knee. Find a slight bend into your back left knee. Continue to keep your arms overhead, just showing you here the hip placement. Squeeze your left glute to help square your left hip to your right. And then find your mountain pose in your torso. Continue to dial your pinkies in to create a little bit more space between your shoulders. We're to keep this same strong stance as you bring your thumbs to heart center. Inhale, find a slight shift forward. Exhale, revolve crescent lunge to your right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh and breathe here. Right away, your opportunity to drop down to your back knee. Not necessarily as a modification, but an opportunity to find a little bit more stable of a twist. With either variation, we're to open your chest towards your thumbs. Maybe you draw your gaze towards the top corner of the room. Think with every inhale, lengthen. Take an inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Place both palms down on the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your right toes to the top right-hand corner of your space. Get comfy here. With your right knee approximately over your ankle. Just notice it's not too far past. And everyone's gonna be a little bit different here in this space. So find a shape that works for you. If you have a prop at home, whether that be blocks or a bolster or a pillow of some kind, maybe take this a little bit lower. Every yoga pose should have an element of comfort and ease in it, even though we just did a very challenging pose and we've got one coming up in just a moment. So use this as a time to rest. If you feel like that you are fighting the pose to go a little bit lower, just prop yourself up here. And this at this point feels pretty good for me. If I was going any lower, then I might start to feel a little shakiness in my shoulders. Last few breaths here. Maybe you allow your head to hang heavy, releasing any tension from your shoulders. Retuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Use your left hand as a base. Inhale, high plank. Step your right foot back. Exhale. Inhale, side plank Vashisthasana. Rotate over to your left palm. Reach your right arm overhead and breathe. Your option is stagger your feet for a wider base. Option, drop down to your back knee. All I ask is that you keep your left shoulder directly over your wrist. Take an extension through your top right hand. You are strong. Just for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. All right, second side, inhale, 3-leg down dog, lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward between your palms. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach both arms overhead, and then breathe here. Those first few moments in a pose, especially a new pose that we haven't practiced yet today, can be just about finding your balance, just finding that little bit of ease. So if you need to take a few adjustments to start, maybe shorten or lengthen your stance, and then find a slight bend into your back right knee. Squeeze your right glute to help neutralize through your pelvis. In other words, to create a flat lower back here. And then rebend into your left knee. Draw your thumbs to your heart center. Inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, revolve crescent lunge to your left. Hook your right elbow to your left knee and then breathe. And your opportunity to drop down to your back right knee for a little bit more of stability in your twist. If you're looking for more of a balance challenge today, extend your right heel out. Try to straighten your right leg. Open up your chest towards your thumbs. And with every inhale, find a little bit more length. Every exhale, find a little bit more depth or deeper twist. Be okay with the wobbles. I'm just like this close to falling out of it. Just holding on. 4 here for 3. Release down in 2. 1, inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Place both palms down on the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot towards the top left-hand corner of your space. You may want to walk your left foot a little bit further as well as you come up to your palms. If you have the space, maybe drop down to one forearm or both forearms. For me, this feels pretty good, pretty stable, and most importantly, it feels restful. Notice if you're starting to hold any tension that you may not necessarily be aware of just a few moments ago. Allow your head to hang heavy, round through your upper back. Maybe you find a little sway side to side. Retuck your back toes. Come off your back right knee. Inhale, high plank. Step your left foot to meet your right. Exhale. Inhale, side plank, Vashisthasana. Place your right hand towards the middle of your mat. Rotate open towards the side wall and breathe. Your option is stagger your feet or drop your bottom knee down for a little bit more stability. Just continue to keep your right shoulder over your wrists. If you're looking for that little bit extra challenge, maybe you draw your gaze up. It's giving you more challenging on the balance. We're here just for 4, 3, last 2, 1, inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms up. We will not hold this for super long, at least the base chair. Bring your thumbs to heart center as you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh, and then breathe. Take a quick peek at your toes, then your knees. Notice that your knees are together, and if they're not, shift your left knee a little further back. Squeeze your inner thighs in toward each other. Alternatively, if your left elbow is just not comfortably coming to the outside of your thigh, you can bring your left elbow to the inside of your left thigh with your feet a little bit wider. Continue to find length through your spine as you twist. Last few breaths. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Separate your feet about hip width distance apart. Pick up the tops of your feet, then slide your palms underneath for a gorilla pose or traditional Padahastasana, hands to feet pose. Take your toes all the way to your wrist creases. If that doesn't feel great, you can also bring your toes to the base of your palms or just skip that all together and come into a ragdoll pose like we started class. Bend your knees enough to make this hand to foot connection happen. More of bend your knees, the more of this stretch you will feel in your lower back, allowing your head to hang heavy. Start to release your feet. Bring your feet back together to touch. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, reach up. Exhale, bring your thumbs to heart center. Inhale, find a slight shift forward. Exhale, prayer twist to your left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other to help level off through your hips. And then draw your hips a little bit lower as you bring your chest open towards your thumbs. If any wobbles, any shaking, I'm right there with you, friends. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold, release your palms down. Come all the way to a seat on your mat. Ooh, take a little break. Again, feel free to grab a quick sip of water, towel off as needed. We reached the most fun part of our class, at least I think, is we have a little arm balance inversion playtime coming up for you. I'm gonna demo for you crow pose, which is a great intro arm balance. It's really a foundation for all arm balances coming up, including all the way up to a handstand. So the way I like to start off crow pose, Start in downward facing dog. We've done this pose plenty already throughout our practice. And then walk your feet in. Connect your knees to the backs of your arms onto your triceps. Bend your elbows straight back like your low plank variation or chaturanga variation. Start to shift your weight forward, round through your upper back. More of a shift forward you find, easier it becomes to lift one foot and then maybe lift the other foot up. Great job. Another way I like to come into it is from this pose or a squat pose, because I'm basically already in the shape. All I have to do then is turn this upside down. So once again, plant your palms on your mat, spread your fingers wide, press down through your finger pads, and then shift your weight forward. Maybe one foot, maybe both feet come up as you fly. Gaze down to lengthen through your neck, but also to hold through your balance. Feel free to try that out. And know you have the option, and I will go back in just a few moments to take child's pose whenever you are ready. Great work, great work. I love a good crow pose, the power that comes from it. Find your child's pose or a shape that's supported for you. Maybe you roll out through your wrists as a little counter stretch. Inhale, tabletop, rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, eagle pose on the right. Bring your right arm underneath your left with your palms to touch. Your option to take a bear hug instead. And then bring your right leg over your left. So think right arm under, right leg over. Lift your elbows to about shoulder height to create a little bit more space in your upper back. Press your palms together to find activation into your arms. And then drop your seat a little bit lower as you find your variation of your one-legged chair. If you have the double bind in your legs, you feel free to take it. I don't today. So I'm just gonna keep my right foot hovering in a single bind. You know you can always kickstand your right foot for more stability. We're here for 3. Back to chair pose in 2. 1, inhale, chair pose, release your arms, release your legs, extend your arms up. Exhale, eagle pose on the left. Wrap your left arm underneath your right, palms to touch, and then bring your left leg over your right. Drop your seat low. Refining your one unmoving focus point to help you hold your balance. And one thing that really helps me is bringing my hands a little bit out to the side so they're not directly in front of my eyesight. Draw your elbows in line with your shoulders, create a little more space in your upper back. Drop your hips low in your one-legged chair. You are strong for 3. Mountain pose, your release in 2. 1, inhale, mountain pose, extend both arms overhead. Exhale, dancer's pose on the right. Connect your right elbow to your right hip crease. Bend your right knee, catch for the inside or the outside of your foot with your palm. This is a great place to start. This is where you're gonna find your balance. If you're looking for something a little bit deeper today, kick your right foot into your palm. Start to reach your left hand forward. Draw your right knee a little closer towards center as you refine your strong focus point. Be okay with any wobbles, be okay with falling out of it, and then come right back to it when you are ready. We're here for 3. Last 2. 1, inhale, mountain pose. Send your arms up. Exhale, dancer's pose on the left. Connect your left elbow to your left hip crease. Bend your left knee, catch to the inside of your foot with your palm. Once you've found your balancing point, start to kick your left foot into your palm, reach your right hand forward, looking for a little bit deeper of a variation. This is definitely my better side. We always typically have one side that is stronger and one side that's more flexible. So combine that together and then usually have a dancer's pose that's a little bit stronger. Good, last 3. Mountain pose, you release in 2. 1, inhale, mountain pose, sweep both arms overhead. Exhale, bring your thumbs to your heart center. Inhale, tree pose on the right. Bring your right foot to the inside of your thigh, your calf muscle, or kickstand your foot. Then use your outer right glute to open your knee out to the side like a book. You can start with your thumbs at heart center, or extend your arms up, grow your branches. If you're looking for any other variation, or maybe looking to challenge yourself even more, an easy way to do that is draw your gaze a little bit higher, or maybe even close your eyes. If you fall out of it, who cares? Draw your thumbs back to your heart center. Inhale. Exhale, release your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, tree pose on the left. Grab for your left foot, place it to the inside of your right thigh as you breathe here. Use your outer left hip to open your knee out to the side. Once you've found your balance, maybe make it a little more challenging. Extend your arms up. Maybe you draw your gaze up. We're here for the last 3, 2, 1. Release your left leg to meet your right. Bring your palms to heart center. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Release your palms to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw your hands to your knees or your shins. Exhale, high to low plank. We haven't done one of these in a little while. Bend your elbows halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior 1. Spin your back heel to about a 45-degree angle and then rise up as you extend your arms to the ceiling. This is probably going to be a little bit shorter of a stance than you took for crescent lunge, although there are a lot of similarities between this pose and that one. Draw your left heel towards your mat. If it doesn't quite get there, all good. That's really depending on the mobility of your calf muscle. And then bend a little deeper into your right knee. As you're feeling a little unbalanced, you're also going to take your feet a little bit wider, or maybe even shorten your stance just a smidge. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Pivot open towards the side as you lengthen your stance a little bit. Inhale, straighten your right leg, bump your left hip back. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana, tip forward and then down. Send your left arm high to the ceiling as you find a T with your arms. Just similar to our extended side angle, think a lift through your top left hand to activate through your obliques, and then a reach closer towards your mat to find a more deeper stretch into your hamstrings. Your gaze can either be towards the side, you're looking for a little extra balance challenge, maybe up towards your thumb. Inhale, rise up, arms out to a T. Exhale, pivot your right toes about even with your left or slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Hinge forward from your hips. Release your palms to your mat. You're option to maintain a slight bend in your knees. Otherwise, squeeze your quadriceps. Find a little deeper stretch to the back of your legs. Bring your palms to your mat for a little bit more stability as you allow your head to hang heavy. And if you feel like you're slipping off the side of your mat, press to the pinky toe edges of your feet. Just to give yourself that little extra stability to find a deeper forward fold. Come back through center. Inhale, rise up, bring your arms out, back to a T. Exhale, warrior two, pivot your right toes forward. Take an inhale, find your strong warrior two. Exhale, high to low plank, plant your palms and find your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, three leg down dog, lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, spin your back right heel down, sweep both arms overhead, and then breathe here. And this is a pose that I like to make a lot of adjustments in. And that could be a slightly shorter stance. We're gonna draw your right hip a little closer to your left. So you need to find a grounding through your right heel. And then rebend into your left knee. If you're really struggling with this pose, know that that is definitely not uncommon. I always find that once I correct one thing or get one body part into alignment, then something else goes a little bit wrong. So it's always a little bit of a micro adjustment all the way. That's where we're getting a lot of the work from and working to stay centered in this pose. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, pivot, open, find a slightly longer stance. Inhale, straighten your left leg, draw your right hip slightly back. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana, extend your left hand forward and down. Prioritize the reach through your top right hand as you stack your right shoulder over your left shoulder, over your wrist, with light pressure of your left hand to your shin. Last few breaths here. Inhale, rise up with your arms out to a T. Exhale, pivot your left toes in and meet your right. This time find a basket grip or a chest expansion. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, wide leg forward fold with a chest expansion. Hinge forward from your hips, release your knuckles closer towards the side of your space. Now, if this does not feel comfortable for you or supportive at all, feel free to release your grip down and find that first variation. See a little bit more of a challenge on the legs as they have to work to stabilize a little bit more. Release your palms to your mat. Inhale with a flat back, rise all the way up. Exhale, warrior two, pivot your left toes forward. Inhale, stay strong in your warrior two. Exhale, high to low plank. Guess what, friends? This is our final high to low plank of class. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, three leg down dog. Lift your right foot high. Exhale, half pigeon on the right. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. Extend your left toes behind you. And then breathe here. Option to take this onto your back, which I'll show you in a moment, especially if this doesn't feel that great for your knee or your hip. If you have a little bit more space here, we're going to draw your left hip even to your right, so to fold over your legs. If neither of those options feel all that great, you can take this onto your back for a supine figure four. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. You can rest your left heel down, or if you want a deeper stretch, thread your fingers through. Either grab just below your knee or underneath your thigh. If you're in our belly down variation, inhale, three leg down dog, unwind. Option, bend your knee, open up through your hip. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you're on your back, you can simply switch to the other side. Inhale, three leg down dog, lift your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon on the left. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. Extend your right toes behind you, and then breathe. or to center your hips rather than your shin towards the front edge of your mat. And if you have a little bit more space, maybe start to fold over and breathe. Retuck your back toes. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Send your left leg up and back. Option to bend your knee, open up your hip, create a little extension. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank just for a quick moment. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. We're gonna set up for our back bend series. Place your palms by your low ribs. Point your elbows behind you. Then press through the tops of your feet into the floor or your mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift your chest with little to no weight in your palms. Draw your gaze down to lengthen through your neck. Use the back line of your body, your upper back, your glutes, hamstrings to help create this lift. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your left ear to your mat, look right. Your option, take one more cobra pose, or we'll move into floor bow. Bend your knees, grab for the outsides of your feet with your palms. If you have the space, you can also grab for the insides of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, floor bow. Kick your feet into your palms. Start to rock and roll gently with your breath. Once again, find your gaze down to lengthen through your neck. Here for 3. Hold strong here. 2, 1, inhale. Exhale, release your right ear to your mat. Look left. Option to give yourself a nice little windshield wiper of your legs. Send your legs long. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, come to stand tall on your knees. Place your palms to your low back or to your seat, whatever feels natural. And then tuck your elbows behind you to expand through your chest. Inhale, gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, camel pose, Ustrasana. Trace your gaze up the ceiling. Draw your hips forward. Start with your gaze, rise up, inhale. Exhale, release, bring your hips back down to your heels. Maybe place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. We have one last back bend of this series. Kick your feet out from underneath you and then come all the way onto your back. Draw your heels in towards your seat. Extend your fingers long towards your heels. Start with your feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale, bridge pose. Press through your heels. Lift your hips to the top. Option, take a chest expansion or a basket grip similar to what we did in wide leg forward fold. And then snuggle your shoulders underneath you to encourage a little bit more of a lift. Release your hips back down to your mat. Draw the soles of your feet together. Bring your knees out wide. Don't worry, we're not coming back into our core section. This is our moment of rest. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Once again, notice your life force underneath your fingers, gentle beat of your heart, the easy cadence of your inhales and your exhales. Draw your knees a little closer together. And then just bring your knees into your chest. Do a nice little rock and roll length of your spine. No particular way to get there, but we'll eventually come up into a seat. Extend your legs out long. Root your sits bones into your mat. As you inhale, extend your arms up. Exhale, seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Hinge forward from your hips. Release your palms to either side of your legs. You can, of course, grab your feet or your shins or whatever is accessible, but the goal be to create length through your hamstrings and your lower back rather than arbitrarily reaching towards your feet. The more of a bend in your knees you have, the more of a stretch you'll find in your lower back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, come all the way onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Inhale, happy baby. Grab for the outsides of your feet with your palms. Draw both knees to either side of your torso. Option straighten one leg or the other. If this doesn't feel all that great, you can also grab underneath your thighs. A little sway motion back and forth or a static position. This pose is great for opening up into your lower back. Draw your knees back into your chest. Extend your left leg long. Inhale, squeeze your right knee in. Exhale, supine spinal twist. Ground down through your right shoulder as you bring your right knee over to your left. Draw your gaze towards the right side of your space. You can close your eyes, of course, from here. Prioritize your shoulder to mat connection over your knee to mat connection. Inhale, bring both knees back into your chest. First your right, then your left, and then switch out your legs. Extend your right leg long. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, supine spinal twist. Drop your left knee over to your right. Once again, prioritize the grounding through your left shoulder over grounding of your left knee. If both make it, great. Otherwise, keep your left shoulder firmly planted. Bring both knees back into your chest. Give yourself one last big squeeze or pull yourself into a tight little ball. Take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale, resting pose, Shavasana. Extend your legs, release your arms, take up space. This is a space you deserve to take, especially after so much hard work. This is the time you deserve to take. To do absolutely nothing, but just to be here with your breath. I will call you out when ready. Rest well. Take as much time as needed, as much time as your day allows. If you're ready to move on with the rest of your day, start to bring movement back into your body. Wiggle out your fingers and your toes. Roll out through your wrists and ankles. And then find a nice long body stretch, like you're waking up for the first time in the morning. Come all the way over onto your favorite side as you draw your knees into your chest. Use your bottom bicep as a pillow. And then press yourself up to a nice easy seat, Sukhasana. Cross one shin in front of the other. We'll seal our practice just like we began with one unified breath. Bring your palms together, thumbs at heart center as you take a nice big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Share it with the space. And then draw your thumbs into your third eye center, space in between your brows, seat of intuition. The light, the love, the teacher and student in me is so honored, so grateful for the light, love, teacher and student, each and every one of you. And together we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me in class today. Again, this was a very foundational power vinyasa practice. If you are looking for more types of these longer form videos, please let us know. Love to record some more for you. Thank you, friends. See you next time.